Hello? Can you hear me, Puma? Ooh, you can hear me. How's my volume? Can you hear my music? Is my volume too low, too high? How is it with my music? Can you hear my music, I guess, too? My okay, my mic, is that any different? And is that better? Can you hear my music now? Okay. Um, Also, can you do me a favor and check to see if my music is appearing on the VOD? Maybe in like a bit. I don't know if the VOD is even appearing now. It shouldn't be appearing in the VOD but only if I set it up right. Okay, and it seems like everything's working. I'm not lagging or anything, I don't think. So I guess I can send out my notifications that I was going to do. Okay. Okay, thanks, Puma. Okay, I guess I'm gonna send out my notifications. Um, okay. And I guess this too. And that should be it. I'll put this down here and go back here. Oh, hey, Zach. I'm doing well. How are you? I'm scared, actually. I'm a bit shaky, a bit nervous. Yes, live at last. Live at last. Uh, yeah, yeah. I don't know. I guess I'm kind of frozen with nerves, but I think it'll be fine. It'll be fine. It's going well. It's going better than I thought. I don't think it's lagging or anything. Um, I've wanted to stream for a very long time. Hi, Annalie. Hi. Oh my God, I'm scared. I'm scared. I don't know why. I've wanted to stream for a really, really long time, and just I don't know. Finally, after getting oh, thanks, Puma. Oh, Puma. Uh, do you want me to mod? I don't know how to mod you. um, I don't. Oh wait, there we go. Wait, did that work? Are you a mod now? Oh my God. Okay. Okay, I guess I guess can just go into the game now since it seems like everything is working. Yay! Oh yeah, Annalie, Zach, that's my friend Puma. We met in a mutual server, that Discord server, and he's one of my good friends. And I wanted to wait to go live to make sure that he was there. And Puma, these are my friends from Pigletish and Annalie's streams, who I mod for. Yeah, so anyway, I thought that I would work on this build that I've had sort of sitting for a long time. I've finished I just built a base game house, which I think is in my other save file. But maybe I can show that off first. But I wanted to I've had this build here for a really long time. And it's getting finished. I've got like the main floor finished and everything, and I still need to do the basement and everything. And so that's, and since I've finished up some recent projects, I can finally start working on this again. There is a bit of lore here, so like I started off by building this build for the Bailey Moon household with the goal of building a house on a hill. Hi, Alex. Welcome in. I'm amazed by anyone who can do this much landscaping after I build the whole house. I put down like 3 trees and call it a day. The landscaping is my favorite part, I think. That's the part that I love the most. I get tired when I have to do the interiors, but so I'll do the exteriors all day. But yeah, I wanted to try to build a house that actually looked like a hill, or like it was on a hill, because I really kind of hate these lots. I don't like that they're gigantic flat like plinths, just like big. It doesn't make sense to me. I wish that they were actually built on a hill. So I decided, what if I treated, oh, my dog just came in. So what if I just treated the lot itself and tried to make it look like it was a wall, and sort of made it look like it sloped down. Oh, and say hi to Ellie. You should be able to see her in the background. And so I wanted the front of the lot to look like it was 1 story, and make the back look like it's 3 stories. So that was the goal. And I've done this before by building a hill. Like you build like a hill up in the front of the lot, and then you slope it, and you have to like build a staircase up to it, and then you slope down on the back. But that looks kind of stupid too. So I decided to try to make it look like the lot itself was like a wall surrounding the lot, and that the lot was actually the same, was actually sloping down to match the terrain naturally as it should be. Thanks, Alex. I appreciate that. It's making you want to go into The Sims, Zach. Yes, I love landscaping, and I've had a lot of fun with this. So this lot is what resulted of me having the idea of, instead of building a hill, you just sort of dig down instead. And it resulted in this sort of modern build. It's actually inspired by a specific building, which I kind of want to show you. It's called Villa Tugendhat, and I'm sorry, I'm an architecture nerd, so I apologize for speaking architecture to you all. But it's actually inspired by an actual modern modern building called, oh, it's a tiny little picture. Of course it is. But that's the Villa Tugendhat. And you can kind of see this resemblance, I think, from the front. Yes, Anna, yes. Um, yes, I put, yes, Alex, I put a mini golf on the roof because, so I started off that build, or I guess I finished that build off by putting a grass roof on the top. And I, then I added the mowing lines and I'm like, this is the most ridiculous thing I've ever seen. And I'm like, it kind of looks like a putting green. And so I was like, wait, we have flags from the base game, like golf flags. So why don't I just add some golf flags? And I'm like, if anyone would have a putting green on the roof, it would be Thornton Bailey, like of all people. So, and there's I guess it's like a pickleball court. If you've ever heard of pickleball, we were forced to play it in gym. Um, it's like mini tennis. It's like table tennis but bigger and tennis but smaller. But anyway, so that build went really well. Yes, it's actually a real thing, Emily. I'm not crazy. We were forced to play it in high school. Some weird rich people thing. Oh. So that went really well, and I decided that I wanted to try it again on this other lot. And so this build is actually my second attempt at building this specific building. It's based off of a picture. I don't know if I'd be able to actually find it. Oh, yes, I can. Okay. So I found this picture online. I don't know where it is, where this is or anything, but this is the build that I tried to copy. And I feel like I did a pretty good job. This is my second attempt. My first attempt, again, I built it on a gigantic hill. And so it didn't really, because you picture like on the front of this would be the back of this house. In the front of the house, it would be like a one-story building. It would look like a one-story and then it slopes down the hill. But when you build it in The Sims, you have to build it as this gigantic castle. It's ridiculous. So I did the same thing here where I sort of just dug down and I made this wall that sort of looks like it's cascading down. And so it looks like it's multiple stories on the back and it's way more of like a one-story building on the front. You love listening to me talk nerdy. Oh, thank you. I love the mowing lines. The mowing lines are great. They definitely add a lot. It makes it so ridiculous. Can you imagine mowing your roof? That's the most stupid thing I've ever heard. The idea of the poor gardener lifting a lawnmower up there is so funny. Yeah, it really is. It really is. And you know that he does. He literally makes his gardener drag one up onto the roof. Pretty good, he says modestly. Out of curiosity, how long did it take you to build this? I have no idea. I usually work on things like a couple hours at a time because I get like, if I find it to get more and more tedious, but it probably took me like, I don't even like a dozen out. Like it probably took me like 12 hours. Probably total, like not all at once, but like over the course of like a couple weeks, maybe more. Um, but yeah. Oh, also, I wanted to mention about this build too is that I made these windows with Tool. So like this is a vanilla build. I don't have any CC in here, and I made those windows by squishing windows with Tool, with the Tool mod, and like layering windows on top of each other. Those are the windows from. I can show you on this lot because I don't want to go over there. I could go over there, but I can just do it here. I used the windows from Spa Day. You use Spa Day, the like tutorial. This is all you do. You just take a window from Spa Day, and then you rotate it with Tool by like 45 degrees. Oh, more than that. Rotate it by like 20 more degrees. And then it's skinny. And then you can, and then you have like this tiny little window. And I duplicated it so it was more foggy and took up the width of the wall. And I just put a bunch of them. Yeah, super simple, and totally not complicated at all. The sunken backyard area is perfect. I think that's something that's cool about both of these is they do have this like a little bit of like a private backyard area, which is kind of fun. And I do want to put like a bedroom down here, maybe like a guest suite or something, and it would have access to this lap pool. A dozen hours is such a cute thing to say. No, you would never ever do something complicated. No, never. I don't ever build complicated things or cheat the game by using Tool. I would never do that. Ever. Yeah, I totally don't like use Tool to like stretch windows or anything. I never do anything like that. Oh, by the way, I guess since I'm here, I should explain this. Again, this is a Tool thing. So like this is what the window normally looks like on a normal wall. These windows are meant to tile. So when you place them in a long line on a wall, they tile. But they can windows that can tile on a diagonal too, they stretch so they can be tiled easily. So so there's like a whole set of secret windows and doors that we have access to, but it's only for diagonal walls. But if you rotate them again with Tool Mod, just by 45 degrees, and then you move them a little bit, you can have them on a regular wall. So you can just so what I've done is I've just left one of these in the front yard so I can copy it because I don't want to do that more than once because it's tedious. So you just do it once and then you just copy it over and over again whenever you need them. So until I'm done with the build, I'm going to leave those out in the front yard in case I ever need more. So that is what I have done. I hope that makes sense. I don't know if that actually makes any sense, but yeah, so I guess yeah, and so there's a garage. So this house has a main floor garage, but you can also drive down this slope into like this I guess like a carport or something. This is some real big brain stuff. Thanks. There's a gate here too. I think that lot I put a fence around. The good thing about this lot having a fence at the beginning is you can lock out the paparazzi. And that was a good thing. So this is my second version of this house, and I really should show the original version, which I still have. The good thing about that was that I did have a big fence around the lot. Oh, thanks, Puma. I appreciate that. So that means I got it all set up correctly. but yeah, so putting a fence, like if you intend a lot to be for celebrities, it's really nice to have a fence that locks everyone out other than the family members, because otherwise um this stupid paparazzi will just like they'll just infiltrate your house and they'll just like be in your backyard. Um, so this is the front door. And you enter into this. I haven't done this floor yet, but you enter into here, and it's kind of dark. I haven't added any lights or anything apparently down here. You enter into this dark hallway. This is the garage. I think I intended this room to be like a guest suite of some sort. You could almost even make it like a mini apartment or something. What are those thick walls around the edge of the lot? So this is a, so I did a foundation here. There's a lot of like this whole area. I tried to make it look like a thick wall, but oh, thank you. I have quite. You'll find that I have a ridiculously varied playlist. Actually, you know that from seeing me in the Discord. Like my playlist is filled with a bunch of random songs. No, not those, but the ones with the windows in. Oh, this is just like a fence, like a retaining wall. That's what I wanted it to look like, and this is like a gate. It's supposed to be like it's supposed to look like an open gate. Yep. Trying my best like to make these walls sort of match the ones that they have. It's yes, Puma. It's very nice. But yeah, it's all about trying to make your landscaping and your walls like match the sort of awfulness that they give us, which is this ridiculous retaining wall that doesn't make any sense and doesn't look like the Hollywood Hills at all to me. But yeah, oh, something else too is I started building this house right around when there were crazy wildfires. I think it was, yes, the awfulness is real. Right around the time that there were wildfires, really bad wildfires in LA, and I was like, you know what makes sense? Instead of doing like a green roof with like flammable grass and stuff, that you would actually use like fire resistant plants on your roof, and like in a place that also doesn't get very much water, that you would probably want to use like natural landscaping for your house. And so that was the inspiration with putting all of the like the sort of more deserty plants on the roof, kind of like, well, I guess like the picture too. It just makes more sense. So I wanted this one to contrast the stark white, like fancy mode lines of this house down here, and I wanted to do this one a little bit more with natural colors and like natural landscaping that would match the surroundings and stuff instead. It's still a really ridiculous house, like really fancy. Oh, hi, Kaz. How are you? But yeah, so I guess I can go into the interior now. There's an elevator up. If I was actually playing in the house, I would replace the elevator with a CC one that actually works. I do have more than one, because if you didn't know, you can if you want more than one elevator, you just click on the room that it's in and you can copy the whole room with the elevator in it, and you can have more than one. It does create some issues, like if you're in live mode and you try to leave, it won't let you leave until you delete them. You'll have to actually go to manage worlds and then come back. But yeah, anyway, so this is the main floor. It's also kind of like an inverted floor plan, since I picture this being like the first floor. And it has, instead of having like a bunch of upper floors, it has lower floors like into the basement and down the hill. So this is the main floor. You can kind of like see down into the open entry. There's a sitting room that I have finished here, with a computer and stuff. Thanks, Annalie. A bit of an open sort of entry. Yeah, and there's a bit of weirdness because I'm dramatic with my windows and have to make them custom. So then you would go down this hallway to get down to the kitchen. Which I like created this custom like wooden grate thing. And I haven't really cluttered anything yet because I haven't really finished anything. I'm not using reshade. Nope. I haven't gotten into reshade yet. I see a bunch of pictures on Blue Sky of people using reshade, and it's getting me jealous. But it seems really complicated, and I don't know. And I don't like the way that it shows up over menus and things. That really annoys me. But yeah, and I love, this is like my favorite part so far that I've made, is this little like drop down into this little like breakfast nook. And I don't think I've tested this yet, but it will work. I will make sure it works. So basically when I get my house built, I need to make it in The Sims. Then I can bring the plan to an architect and they make it. Exactly, Zach. Exactly. What sorcery did you use to get the curved walls in the interior to not be weird? That's a great question. You do it like first, I don't know, before it is a puzzle for sure. I don't use any build CC. Nope, Kaz. This is all vanilla. I do utilize like a lot of tricks, and there's a lot of times that I'll make my own custom like furniture and custom windows and things because I have to be dramatic and make my own special stuff. No, I think it's, yeah, Annalie, I think it's kind of fun to like, I think it's fun to use what you have in the game to try to get the best pictures that you can, or try to do the best. Like that's part of the reason why I don't use a lot of build CC, is because it's a fun puzzle. It's a fun puzzle to do. You do get to a point though where like, okay, I've exhausted all of my resources that this game has given me, and you really only have CC as an option. And it is fun. CC is fun too, but I do also think that using the vanilla game only is kind of fun. Yeah, unless I'm actually like playing, unless I'm actually like playing the game, that's when I'll use some build CC. Is if I'm like playing a legacy or something. Because I have to be dramatic, dude. If that isn't a motto for my life, yes. This area is like, I picture this being like a games area. Like this is where you'd play like you do board games and stuff. In this little like cozy little area, there's a TV, there's a fireplace, there's a gaming console. I'll do more clutter eventually, but I haven't gotten to that far yet. And I love that little area. It's really cozy. And it's actually inspired. I think I honestly built both of these houses with, I showed that house off. It's called Villa Tugendhat. I think both of these were inspired by Villa Tugendhat. So like here's a picture of the interior. Copy image, or wait, save image. Save image. And so here's the interior. And I think I had this like in my brain when I was building this, because you can see that this has a rounded room in it too, a wooden rounded room, and so that's what I was inspired by. And I do, if you can believe it, I do have a degree in architecture. It's an associate's degree, and you need a bachelor's to practice architecture, but I do have a degree in it. He's an amazing builder. Honestly, it's almost scary. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe maybe a little bit good, perhaps. Um, I also think that's the way for games. Having constraints is more interesting, and it means people who watch you and don't have all the extra things can apply what they learned by watching you. That's true. That's definitely part of it. I also think too, though, that like I use Tool for instance because I feel like probably like 80% of the Sims community could have access to Tool, and like yes, it is scary, but like Tool has like even simply just to resize up carpets. Like Tool lets you change a carpet to be whatever size you want. Like that feature alone is what got me to download Tool. And like even if you only do that, like I would suggest getting Tool. Um, because like you can just it's just so it makes everything so customizable. If the rug isn't the perfect size, you can like this. Like I used it here. Like if I without Tool, I wouldn't be able to get this the exact size I want. Um, but yeah, other than that, I do think that trying to stick to vanilla is nice. And making your own things, extending to cast with a tattoo tool. Oh yeah, I do like doing that. Every time I look at Arden, it still blows my mind. He's C free. Yes, I do. I love using the tattoo tool on my Sims. To make my own custom facial features. Any of the Sims that I upload to like Blue Sky or anything, um, uh, at least the ones that I upload to the gallery and to Blue Sky, don't have any CC in them really. Especially like in any of the skin details that don't look like ones you've seen are probably ones that I've painted on by hand. I'm on a Mac, so I can't use Rayshade, so it gives me life to see the other no reshade builders, despite the fact that I don't judge people for it. Yeah, I think it's fun to do it. Either way, like I see it the same as like if I wanted to, like I could just edit the picture after I take it too. I guess it's easier to do it in game, but like some people have a stigma of like only getting pictures from what you can do in the game. And I'm like, you can I don't understand what the difference between using recoloring the game while you're in it. I don't see how that's any different than doing it after you take the picture either, which I've done on a couple images that look too blue or whatever. I just changed the saturation or whatever on it a little bit. Oh yeah. This is the Tarzan soundtrack. Phil Collins is amazing. I forgot. I've tried streaming. I don't have any sort of like. I don't have any stream. I don't have Streamlabs or anything, but I thought that at least for the beginning, I could just put that up there, and I forgot. That way, like you could see it, and I can see it, and you could see it on the VOD. I have Reshade installed, but have it more or less disabled at the moment. Used it more before the skin tone patch because it made my Sims look less ashy looking. Yeah, I can see that. I don't know why it scares me, but Reshade kind of scares me. Oh, well, the architecture degree makes total sense looking at that. Yes, I appreciate that. I appreciate you saying that. I need you to teach me Tool again. I'd be happy to teach you Tool. I love using Tool. I love using it to make pillows sit flush on the couches. Yeah, there's that too. Yeah, I don't think I did it in here, but you always have to. I always rotate those pillows by like 15 degrees, so they actually look like they're sitting on the couch instead of sitting up straight. I think people think the tool mod is just for those super detailed builds, but I mostly have it to make fridges a little bigger so there's no gap in the counter. Yeah, exactly. It's you download it for the little things. Like I want this carpet to be like 2% bigger, and then you end up, making custom windows. Uh, but yeah, you download it for the rugs. You download it to make the fridge ever so slightly bigger. Or like honestly, mirrors are such a pain. Like I've kind of forgotten the days where like you go to put a mirror and it's so high up on the wall. Like imagine if I wanted this window or this mirror here, like that's ridiculous. And so like you have to lower it with tool. You just have to. You gotta lower it by like 0.5 or whatever. Because the vanilla mirrors are ridiculous. Using tool for pose player as well. I don't think I knew that you could use tool for pose player. I don't think I knew that. I don't use pose player, as you know. I probably will get into it eventually. I think that making poses could be kind of fun. I love trying to get a cute screenshot and realizing the mirror only shows my Sim's forehead. Yes, exactly. Exactly. A mirror being in a place where you can actually see yourself. Wild concept. I know. The Sims team doesn't really understand that, I don't think. Yeah, you can move your Sims around after they're posted that. Oh. Okay. Okay, yeah, I don't think I knew that. No, I don't think I knew that. Well, yeah, that I can see that then. But yeah, anyway, I think that's all I've done with this build. I'm not sure if you saw this, but so again, this is a tool thing. I used tool to move this into the wall, and then I found a window. I don't remember which window I used, but I found a little tiny square window of some sort in here. And then you just put it in the wall and you size it down. And I put it over here. I don't remember which window it was. It was one of like a tiny little square one. But yeah, I just sized it down so it created a hole in the wall so you could see through into the shelf. And it just adds a little detail there, which is kind of nice. But yeah, so now I need to actually like do the rest of it. So going up these stairs, this is going to be a half bathroom. That's just empty void space. So you go up here. This whole floor is going to be just for the primary suite. Yeah, so I'm thinking like probably I did this floor plan so long ago, but I think probably the bed would go like right here. I don't think I even put a door out here, so I would need to add a door out there. This would be the bathroom. A separate toilet in the bathroom, because when you have a house this fancy, you better have separate toilets from the rest of the bathroom. Showing a Sims 4 player from 2014 this build would be like giving a Victorian child a Sprite. That's very funny. It's very funny. I appreciate that. Yeah, so that's as far as I've gotten. I need to do the basement as well. And I haven't done any of the floor plan for down here. And that's the part that I'm kind of scared of, I guess. Because it needs a bunch of fancy stuff. It needs like a gym. What else? It needs a gym, and I put so many things in that build. I don't really want as many crazy things in that build or as I have in that other build. I guess I should just show you the other build. Because I was thinking like that build has a movie theater and an entire like full basketball court. It has a whole full basketball court in the basement. I'll show it. This loading screen is biased semantically, by the way. And it takes your screenshots that you have in your screenshots folder. It's amazing and perfect and stunning. But yeah, anyway, we can quickly look at this build. I love this build, so I'm happy to tour it. It's one of my it's probably one of my more favorite builds I've done. More than one toilet in a Del Sol Valley build mansion. I know, like literally this build, this one, I almost like for the meme, and I almost didn't put a toilet in this build because this is the build. If you didn't know, this is the build. Oh, my bitrate is really bad. Can you hear me? If you didn't know, the Sims, or they didn't put a. Oh, you can. Okay, perfect. Thank you guys. This original build did not have toilets in it. It has one toilet in the whole house. And you can go check too. This lot. This is they have one toilet. All of the rest of the bathrooms, they have spots where the toilets should go, and they just don't have toilets. They're missing. And so for the meme, is that a miniature golf course on the roof? Yes, it is. It absolutely is. Because if anyone is going to have a miniature golf course on its roof, it's going to be a dramatic celebrity like Thornton Bailey. So yes, he does, and I love it. I love the flamingos and everything too. The mid-century vibes of this mansion bring me a lot of joy. So the main entry is in here, and again, there's no CC in here. I made these windows with Tool. I used Tool magic to make them the way I need them to be. Tool listens to me, and it does what I tell it to do. So this is the main entry. If you were to go into this door, you go into the garage, and there's like a mudroom here, and a laundry room. I always put more than one laundry basket because the more of them that you have, the longer you can go without having to do laundry. So I always do one for darks, lights, and colors, and it makes it take a lot longer to have to do it. This is the main living space. In my lore, Octavia Moon likes the color orange so much, and she likes oranges so much that she named her child Orange. That's the lore. So there's a lot of orange accents in this house. I didn't want to do it too crazy, but the house does use a lot of like warm and oranges, orange colors and stuff, and it has a lot of citrus fruit around. I also, for my Bailey Moons, I gave them two twins named Lemon and Lime, who are younger than Orange. So I do have other citrus fruits in this house too. But yeah, so the kitchen. Oh. Yeah, so kitchen. There's a skylight in the kitchen. There's a little bit of a courtyard here for sitting. What else? Let's see. Dining room with a view. Let's see. This goes outside. This goes to the primary suite, I believe. Let's see. Yes, primary suite, and I made a custom canopy bed. Those are lights. Those are sized down lights, hanging lanterns. You can kind of see them. They're the ones from Cottage Living. But I didn't really want the light. Oh yeah, even though the celebrities can be a little annoying in gameplay, I love Octavia. She is such a diva. No, I agree. I love the celebrities, especially for like especially just as like NPCs and stuff. More than actually playing as them, just like having them as background characters is always fun. But yeah, this is the primary suite. I used arches and rotated windows to try to make it look um, like door. I don't know if you'd call these doors or windows that just open, and you can walk through them. They have a custom a private lap pool and hot tub, um, and a little sunken sort of outdoor living space. And this is their private ensuite. I love this bathroom. This was the whole inspiration behind doing these windows. I saw a picture of this glass. I think it's called, what is it called? It's not structural glass. It might be called structural glass. But I was inspired directly by real life for those. But yeah, so there's like a fancy bathroom, fancy shower, bathtub. And then they have a closet here. And then how do you get down to the basement? I think it's down here. There's like multiple levels to the basement. This is the bar. I think, wait, is it missing stuff on the bar? I don't think so, but yeah. I made a custom bar. I found like every single bottle that we had in the whole game. And just sort of made a custom little bar area here. Little sitting area. What's this? No, that's just a closet. I think this is the theater. Yeah, this is the theater. It's kind of fun. And I think, so he's also, and there's a bathroom. I think that he's also, is he a singer? Is that what he is? Or like a record producer or something? But I think for my lore, I don't remember if it was my lore or if this is part of their canon lore, but I picture Octavia doing everything and that he's kind of fake. Is that somebody else? Is that my own lore, or did other people think that? But I picture her basically doing everything, and that I don't know if he's a singer or if she might be a singer. I don't remember. I don't remember what their careers are. I remembered at some point, but then obviously I've forgotten. But yeah, it's kind of fun. Recording studio. I wish I had your attention span for a mansion, but you're right, working on it a little here and there is helping. That sounds right. He's a musician and I think she's an actor. Yeah, that sounds right. I'll also like to think that she does everything for him. Because again, like I like her, but he kind of, I don't know. He just, I don't know. This is Orange's room, and I went with the lore that if your name was a fruit and a color, that you either love that color or you hate it. And so I went with he hates the color orange. And so his room does not have like any color, any orange in it. It has some, but like he likes blue and green. That's his thing. Imagine how long it would take me to build a mansion on stream. Yes. But yeah, I was going to say that too, that like a mansion like this, again, like it took me a really long time to build this, but I also have multiple projects I do at the same time. And I work on it until I get bored. Like whether that's 5 minutes or 2 hours, like if I work on it, like it'll eventually get done. If I work on it a little bit at a time. And so this is Lemon and Lime's room. Their little baby's room. I think they're infants. I think I made them infants. But yeah, and that's all for this floor. And then again, there's literally, is this the actual basement? No, it's not. It's a fake basement. So you can kind of see, like these are all rooms. I believe that these are all rooms. Yeah, and they're painted. They're just like terrain. Thanks, Puma. I think that's supposed to be the official lore. It might be. Yeah, and so this is like where the actual ground is. But like this is the first floor. Like this is actually the first floor. That's because you're being so hospitable to your viewers, though. Yes, it's correct. Yes, that is 100% correct. You can kind of see how I did the theater too. Like there's a room. There's a room down here with a bunch of platforms in order to make it so it can sink down. And the TV has to be on this floor because that's where all the chairs are. I had it up on this upper floor here first, and they couldn't actually watch the TV because it's not in the same room as them. But there's a little like a little mechanical room here. We had, when I finished this build, we had just gotten the Don Lothario kit, so I made use of that in here. There's a pool. You can actually see like into the pool. I forgot to talk. Like I do have a pool bar with like stools. You can't use the stools, but you can use the bar. So you can make drinks at the bar, and then you can just like drag them over to your Sims onto a counter or whatever. But unfortunately, they cannot swim to the stools. Very sad. There's a bit of a locker room even because there's a gym here. Yeah, and there's like a full basketball court in the basement because I picture him being a very ridiculous celebrity. But anyway, that's about all for that house. And so I want this other one to be kind of like this one, but not as, I want it to be more, I don't know, like less crazy. That one's like ridiculous celebrity levels. Whereas this one, I want it to be like, this is a really crazy house, like really, really fancy, but I want it to be more classy. I don't know, like it's not gonna have a golf course on the roof. It'll still have a gym. This one's also not mid-century. I don't know what this one is, but it's not mid-century, I think. Not as much. But yeah, so I guess I can try to do the floor plan. I also have to, part of what will make this a little bit more difficult is remembering what past Jake was doing, because it's been a really long time since I worked on this. But yeah, I guess I can start building. I'm immediately seeing that I have platforms out here. So I guess I should probably start off by doing platforms on the inside. Up to that level. I could also have it like, I could also have different parts of this floor be at different platform levels. This is probably a bathroom. Yeah. Well, there's a door out here. I don't know what that is. I don't know. There also needs to be there's no windows in here, which makes it a little bit more difficult, and I don't think I want to put windows on the front because that'll make it look weird. So I either need to put things in here that don't need windows, or I need to add like windows in here. I could do also what I did here. What if I like, could I just copy this and put it around like this? Hello, please. Yes. Yes. I think that worked. I don't think anything else copied. That's good, I think. Is it weird? Did something get deleted here? What is this? What is that? I do not. Oh, is that the pool trim? It is pool trim. Why is it gone in that one spot? I don't know. Tile? I don't know. I don't think it would make sense to do brick in the pool. So maybe I'd leave it the way that I had it. Maybe I leave it the way I had it. No, I feel like that's fine. That's fine. Okay, so there's also, oh my God, this house is too big. This house is too big. This is why I stopped. This is why I stopped. This is why because it's too big. I could also, like, I can cheat. Because, like, this whole part down here is hidden. I could, like, if I wanted to, like, I could just, like, get rid of all of that. If I wanted to. I think that's what it was, too, is, like, this is roughly shaped. It's not perfectly. Like, I could change the shape of this to whatever, like, to the use case. Like, I could just change the shape to however I need it to be on the inside, because you can't really see it from the outside. This part has to stay this size because you can see it from the outside, but this area seems like it would be a really fun bedroom. I feel like if I had one of the bedrooms here, I feel like I would want it to be down here and have this patio, like a private patio. There's also windows here. I feel like this should be a hallway because you have this access to the outside that leads over to here. Where does this go? I don't think this could be a bathroom. Well, I guess that both of these rooms, like if there were two bedrooms here, they could both lead up here. I guess could be, that could work. This is why I do tiny houses. Yes, well, the tiny house is going to be a puzzle too. Yeah, the tiny house is going to be a puzzle too. But yes, it's definitely not as much of a puzzle as this is. Okay. That's what I say to myself every time I look at one of my mansion builds. Yeah. Yeah. I don't do them. I feel like I say I don't do mansion builds a lot, but there's 3 of them here, and this is one I started recently too. That's again, it's the same house. It's for Judith Ward, but she deserved. I don't think she deserves better, but I'm giving her better. Let's put it that way. She doesn't deserve better, but I'm giving her better than what she had, because I don't want my eyes to burn for any longer. Yeah, so maybe Jim goes here. No. Yeah. You could also put the gym, like, instead of this being a bedroom down here, I feel like this could be the gym because there's the lap pool out here. And I feel like it would make sense to have those next to each other. Also, it doesn't, but it's also private. What I like about this is because there's this wall here, that it makes it really private down here, and it would be really nice for a bedroom, like especially for guests or something. But it just like seems really nice. So maybe with that in mind, maybe I would want to put the gym in an area that's a little bit more public and leave the bedrooms to the more private spaces. I think about this stuff. This is the stuff I think about. Everything has to be done with a reason. I can't just like do things randomly. It has to be perfect. It's just the way that I am. Yeah, you could have a shower. It makes sense to have the gym there. Could have the shower area for the gym and pool. Yeah, yeah. It would make sense to have it down there. There's more space too. You could do a bedroom and a gym. How many bedrooms am I gonna have? Probably less than I think, because I'm probably gonna make the rooms kind of big. Nothing wrong with liking the build or liking the builds to have a good flow that feels real. Yeah, of course. Yeah, that's the thing is that's how I want it to feel, which is why I care too much or so much. Is this right? Yeah, that's right. Okay. I kind of like if this is the okay. I feel like I kind of like the size of that. Maybe even smaller. I can make it like as small as I want because of the way that it's built. Because of the way that it's all hidden down there, I should say. But I could make this really small, and then I'll just retrain this so it's all flat and pretty. Yeah, and there's actually no real basement, even though this kind of looks like the basement. I feel like the only access to this down the space down here is through this door. So I feel like this can't be in a bedroom. It has to be in like a hallway. So there's or in an open space for the whole house, I feel like. And I feel like I could put the gym down here and then put a private space here. I don't know. Do I have any staircases down there? I don't. I have to figure that out too, because that's really important. So you kind of have to do first before you do anything else. You have to figure out where the staircase is going to go and how you're going to actually get down there. I could also do that. I could also make this open to below, and that would save me some space, or save me from having to furnish a bunch of stuff by just making the room taller. And then you have these windows here to let light into here, which is what I was having a little bit of trouble with, I think. And you go here, and then I can just delete the floor, I think, and it shouldn't screw anything up. And then you have this really tall space, and I could do that as the gym. And then I could do I have any glass? I do. This is the one that I've used around the house. You could have like an open here area here, so this could be a hallway. So you enter the house here, and this could be a hallway here, and you can see down into the gym here. I could even put a staircase down into the gym from here, maybe. Or maybe that would just be the staircase down into the lower floor. Yeah, I feel like that would make sense because it's also putting a staircase there would make it close to the other staircases. I feel like it would make sense to put it there. And now it's, yeah, I feel like that's a good spot. And then you can enter the basement through there. I feel like I don't want it to be, do I want a door there or do I want to just like leave a gap? Same thing with here. Do I want a door here? Oh, this is way, okay, so I do need to actually, yeah, so I do need to actually like lower this. Or at least lower this part of the house and like go upward, which is fine. could also make it go up in this hallway, and I could start it off lower here. Yeah. Seems kind of good, maybe? I don't know. Yeah, maybe like that. It's a big hallway. And this I can't make any smaller. Because it's got to be that way. It's set from the front. That's where I want it to be. I can make this room bigger to make the hallway smaller. I feel like that hallway is an awkwardly large size. Nope, I don't want it to do that. Wait, no, it's fine. Is that good? I feel like that's probably good. This room is gigantic. This house is gigantic. What would I put in here? Is this where the gym is going to be? I said I didn't want this to be a crazy build, but I was just about to say, what if I put a climbing wall? Because I have the space for it now. If I have a double tall, if I have a double tall area, which I did for the gym, I might as well just put a climbing wall. But that's unreasonable. But maybe, like, this house is a bit more like naturally themed, so maybe like a smoothie bar, that could be kind of fun. Yeah, I could put like a whole like kitchenette down there. But yeah, I could put a whole kitchenette down there. I could twist it too with this climbing wall and say that he likes that the person living here, because the house is natural, is more naturally themed, that the person likes, you know, outdoor activities and stuff, so they could like climbing and stuff. I think we have food delivery here. Sorry, I need a message to my brother. But yeah, I could have, maybe he likes to do outdoor activities, and because he's rich, he can have a climbing wall in his own house. I don't know. I feel like that would make sense. And if I do it double height, I don't have to even do the, I don't have to do the treadmill in the same location. I feel like I would rather have the treadmill. If you have this gigantic house and you can put it, and you could put the treadmill anywhere, why would you put it? You could have multiple ones. I could put some outside. Like I could put some out here. Yeah, I feel like you could just have multiple, like you could have multiple of them around, because I feel like there's this like amazing view. So I feel like you would rather have the treadmill somewhere where you can actually look at the view while you're using it, rather than having it down in this dark gym. But I don't know. I could have multiples in a bunch of different places. I need to remember, I need to put some surfaces down here. with a smooth, and I haven't used the blender yet. I haven't used it yet. I don't know why. But yeah, I should probably do like a, I need to put a counter down there so I remember to do a smoothie bar. Yeah. And railing, what railing did I use on these stairs? This room is so gigantic. And then I'm gonna need some stairs to go up at some point. I could also do platforms instead. I do know that I want this to be a bedroom. I do know that. So I can sort of set that up to be whatever size. That's a gigantic room. I could. It's a gigantic room. I could do. Change the size of these windows. Maybe if they fit right. Will they fit right? No. They will not. Could I make them fit right? By changing the size? And move that here. Is there a reason why I made it the size it was? I don't remember. And then the reason why I'm doing this is because I'm thinking that because this room is so big and I want to do an ensuite anyway, that I could have the ensuite like there, and then it makes the rooms like a reasonable size. What door? Do I have any doors around here for the bedrooms? I have not chosen a door yet for the bedrooms. So yeah, that would probably be a better size for this bedroom, I guess. I'm having a lot of spaces that are like gigantic with no windows down here. I don't have that picture up anymore. I wanted to look at that reference picture. They have. Yeah, I'm not trying to copy it exactly, but they do have windows. They have more windows going around the other side, and I could do the same thing. They also looks like they have like a sitting room or like a study down there, or like a library. With a little, yeah. Which could be kind of cute. But yeah, I could add more windows here just to change the shape of them. Or change the window that I'm using. If I could find one that matches the style that I've already been doing. These are from Growing Together, I think. These from Growing Together. Yeah, we're not going to have any that I'm thinking of. What about Snowy Escape? What about like these? Because they come in that. They don't really come in that warm tone, I guess. They come in a warm tone, but not the warm tone. Yeah, yeah, it's definitely, I feel like, a better size. Yeah, that warm tone, I used that warm tone wood for this build. And it's really difficult to work with because there's really not a whole lot of stuff. What about the island living ones? The island living ones might work. We don't have a whole lot of stuff that matches it. I think the island living ones are good. Oh, that's weird. That usually doesn't go away. Oh, this, wait. That kind of matches. That's too small though. Yeah, so I can maybe wrap these around the corner. What other ones from Island Living do we have? Oh, we do have this one. Yeah, I feel like maybe I can get these to work. So I need to have them like at least I need to tile them by at least 6 or something. If I want them to tile, I feel like that's good. They don't need to be anything crazy. Is there even any glass in these windows? I feel like there isn't. Do I care? Do I care? That's the question. I kind of care, but I feel like I want to make myself not care. Pretend that there is glass in it anyway. Um, yeah, so no, I think that those ones are going to be the best ones, even though they don't have glass in them, and that bothers me. But yes, hi Ellie, hi. Yes, very cute. And I want them to be inset like the other windows are. I could maybe do 4 on this side because I either need to do 4 or 6. Oh no, I guess these are 3 wide. Wait, so it is 5. It is an odd number. Okay. I feel like you care a tiny bit. Nah. Me caring? I would never. I would never care a lot. Wait, no, these do need to be an even number, don't they? I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm insetting them, so I do need them to be. I need to be longer. It doesn't matter. I could also like. Here's something that I could do. Where's that thing? That one thing from that one pack. You know the one. You know the one. The one from the bathroom. Okay. What if I like. What if I just like snuck this in and just like. I could size it up even to be like the perfect size. And then it could just be the glass. And you don't put the walls down. Just don't. It'll be fine. And I can size these up and then they can be the glass. And so now there's all of a sudden glass in the windows and it's not transparent. I think I like the black ones. The color of the black ones. Let me just size this up by like 1.25 or something. 1.25. Yeah. Scale 1.3, 1.35. Elevate minus like 0.75, minus 0.75. 0.1. Yes, build wizard again. I'm using the tool magic to 0.05. There. See, now there's glass in the windows. There's always glass in the windows. And you can't even tell. I don't think that anyone would even notice. But I notice. I know that it's different. Is that really tile? I thought that I put wet wood behind the windows. Oh, I did. Just didn't in that spot. I feel like that will look good. And I'm gonna have to do the thing to get that to be the way I want it to be. I need some walls, half walls. I haven't saved in a long time, so I also need to save. I haven't saved once, I think, actually. Should I put plants in here and make the wall taller? Like I did here? I feel like it would look more like the picture. I'm not trying to make it look like the picture necessarily, but... And it would match this other area, maybe, which would be nice, I think. Always add plants, yeah, yes. Yes, if you have an opportunity to add a plant, then you should add a plant. I'm gonna do that, add some tile. Did I raised up a platform in there. And then added some dirt tile, probably. Okay, gravel tile. Let's put these in here. Yes. Yeah, I feel like that looks good, and it gives me more windows, and I'm gonna need to lower that thing by 1, -1. No. 0.15. Elevate 0.2, 0.1. Okay. And is that one still there? No, it disappeared. No, is it still there? No, that one disappeared. What the heck? Okay, well, maybe that... Where did it go? Did it delete itself? Oh, it did delete itself because I put it in the basement. I lowered it down. So if I wanted to do that, I'd probably need to reset it. I'd probably need to redo it every time. And I could do it at the end. Why is this like this? Oh. Okay, my game is being rude. Platform walls disappearing and stuff. Changing. Making voids. Yeah. Oh, and then I need to do... I want to add a wall trim to just this section over here. So I think I need to add a room here temporarily. So I can add it to just this section. And then I need to do the same thing over here. I need to add a room like just right here. So I can get rid of that white line by adding a wall trim. Gotta love when the game is a bit spicy when building. Yeah. Yeah. Sounds about right. Is there ever a time when it's not? Okay, there. That looks good. I feel like that actually adds a lot. I feel like that adds a lot to it. Yeah. Let's scale this back up again. It's very large. But if I lower it down, it's gonna just disappear. Which I can do at the end. I can just lower it down at the end. But yeah, I think that looks good. And it makes it so I can actually have a room here that has windows. I think I will I think I will also, like, you could do this, you could use these little rooms as usable space. But especially because this is a basement, I feel like it makes sense, or I'm treating it like a basement, it makes sense for it to have thicker walls anyway. So sometimes when I do basements, I like to have areas that, oh, I like to have areas that have like black boxes that make the walls look like they're thicker. And it also makes this room a more regular shape. So I feel like that makes sense. Yeah. Yeah, I think that looks good. And I feel like I could put a wall like right here. Kind of like that. And then I feel like I want the door to this room to be here, to be there. And I don't think I picked out the doors yet for the bedrooms. I feel like it needs to be kind of grand. Kind of like this. This one's too, this one has the side light. It makes it look like it's a school or something if I used those. These are kind of fun. I don't know if they match. I need to use that stupid warm brown wood tone though. Which I don't, but which we don't have a whole lot of. I could use the, no, I can't. These don't come in that brown, in that warm brown. Um, yeah. We really don't have a whole lot that I have in mind. Like we don't have a whole lot of doors that would like work for what I have in my head, I feel like. Um no, I just don't have a whole lot of that warm wood tone. I feel like I would maybe have to use something. That one's not too bad. That's not the worst. I like that door. It's kind of I don't usually I don't know if I've used that door like ever. So that's what's kind of fun about it. My brother never responded to my text. Um, yeah, I think I'll have to do that door. Yeah, I find yeah, I find that one hard to use sometimes. Yeah, I don't think I've ever used this one. Okay, I think we have had a food delivery, so I think I need to go downstairs quickly and see. So I will be back in like a minute. I'll be back in one minute. Entertain yourselves for while I'm gone. Okay. Okay. Food in the fridge. So anyway, where was I? Yeah. I guess this is the door I'm going to stick with. Oh. What is this one from? Businesses and Hobbies? That one comes in the matching wood tone. But we don't have any others in that wood tone from that pack. That, at least not ones that are solid. Oh, thank you, Puma. I could use the small door instead of the big one. And it doesn't, you can't see through it. I don't know. Maybe I'll leave both of them over here just in case. I don't know. Maybe I don't know. I don't know. I'm indecisive. Yeah. I think this whole area could be open to below. Then maybe I put some stairs here. Yeah. It's really dark in here. I can't see. And then railing. Is that railing a different color than the one that I'm using everywhere else? Or what is that color? Is that, it is the same swatch, it just looks different in this lighting, I think. Is that really that swatch? It is. Okay. That's weird. Yeah, and so, okay, that can be like that. I could have a sitting area or something up here. I could put the treadmills up here. Maybe I could have this part of the gym. It's a really large gym. It also would be kind of echoey and annoying, but maybe I don't care. You're just using their workout equipment and everyone else can hear you in the whole house because it's in a big open area. That is a very dramatic set of hand weights for a just like a personal use. Um, I feel like I want to have, I don't want to have a door here. I feel like I want to just use an arch, or just not even an arch. Just want it to be open. But if I do that, I want the walls to look thicker. Could do that. this goes out. This could be like a store. This needs to be storage over here. I think this could be storage right here, because this is where I picture in real life that maybe you'd have like a boat or something. Like somebody like this would have a boat that they've stored down here or something. And so I picture this being just like outdoor storage space, equipment space. And you could also like, I don't know, maybe you'd have like a woodworking table in there or something. I don't know. Yeah, you could do like the restoration workshop stuff. I guess you could probably also put some of that kind of stuff in this upper garage too, because there's like 2 garages in this house. This also probably needs a bathroom here. Um, let's put, I'm working like randomly around this house. Just like randomly going to different parts of it with like no rhyme or reason. Whoa. Where would the door be onto this bathroom? Put it like on this side. And then you go into the toilet room first, and then I could put an arch into the rest of the bathroom. Or I could put it on this side, because I picture the bed being here. Honestly, not spending too long on one spot and moving around helps the build better, I think. Yeah, I think so too. I think that definitely helps. I could put another window over here in this bathroom. Maybe. Maybe it's fine. Actually, maybe I could add some windows in there. No, I feel like that ruins it if I add them there. No, I think that ruins the facade if I do it like that. Sorry, the wall, not the facade. It's too fancy of a term. You need to use a not a not as fancy of a term. No, I don't like it. I don't like it. I feel like that one's kind of hidden, so it's not as bad, but I still don't like it. Okay. So I could also like, I could do another like this is, I could do like another family room, because this is just like a sitting area. This doesn't have a TV or anything. This is a gaming area. So like down here, I'm almost picturing like, and maybe I would say it's an electric one. So I have an excuse not to try to find a place to send a chimney up. But I could put like a fireplace here, and like have this as a sitting area, and put the gym somewhere else, because there's plenty of space for me to move the gym. And then I think we got large fireplace recently. Yeah, this one is like perfect. I don't even know what that kit is called. The Modern Retreat kit. Yeah, that one's perfect for in here. What color? Should it be off-white? Is there an off-white? What color stone do I use around here? Is there any like stone? There's just like white stone and there's tile. I don't think I want it to be tile. So I guess I would have to choose something different. I could also do the brick that's on the outside. Maybe. Whoa, 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 whoa. Why is it doing that? Why are you... You don't need to put down a floor. That's weird. That's weird that you just did that. Okay. That's weird. Huh. I don't know why it's doing that. But I don't think I want it to be brick. Because there's a lot of other brick throughout the house, and I feel like maybe some of these exterior walls might end up even being brick. This one would be brick, I think. It's being so weird. Don't know why it's doing that, adding a floor. I've never seen that. I think maybe the wall that I had in mind was this one from Eco Lifestyle was the one that I had in my mind for at first. But I don't know if it comes in the right color. I don't know what is happening here. I don't know why this is being strange. Remove floor? What is it? Remove ceiling? And then I get outdoor lighting all of a sudden. I think it's maybe to do with this. Remove ceiling now. Okay, that helps it. And then these will still be separate rooms. It might have been getting rid of this. Yeah. It matches the fireplace itself to do that. It's kind of pretty. But I think I like that. And then you could have like a big living room here. And that would be more of like a better gathering space than having this gym here. And then I could move the gym somewhere else. And then I could not have to use the gigantic climbing wall. Yeah, I think that that's looking good. Yeah. And train paint. I should probably save my game. All right. Yeah, I think that's looking good. feel like there should be, should there be carpet down there or should it be the same wood? Kind of looks good as the wood. And then I can do the same sort of stucco on these other walls. I don't know in what color. I feel like I don't want to do it brick because there's already so much brick everywhere else. So I think I need to add like an alternate color. And why is the lighting being weird? Probably just because The Sims. There's probably nothing I can do about it. Also, I would need to pick, it looks like I would need to pick one, which I think I just did, but I think I would need to pick a wallpaper that matches a platform. I think I picked one that matches a platform, maybe not. It's the wrong green. But I know that we have a matching wallpaper for that platform. Because I want to use the glass fence, and so I need to either picture, I need to either pick a half wall or a fence. I think I know that we have some stucco. I know that this one matches, but this isn't the one I was thinking. This is the one I was thinking. I don't know if I want it to be green either, but also doesn't match up there. We don't really have an off. Well, I guess we do have an off-white. But I feel like that one is. What about the red? That or pink? I hate that wall. I hate the way that the light changes. That's really annoying. But I think I'm just gonna have to suffer with it. And maybe the green is good. I'm very indecisive with this game, apparently. Yeah, I don't know. It's not the worst, I guess. But I don't know if I have very many other options if I want to use the glass fence. I could use a half wall because we do have a glass wall trim from Get Famous. And I could use that instead, and then I can use whatever wallpaper I want. Is it the right one? Yeah. Yeah, that might be good. And then I can make these walls the same height. Then for now, I'll just use the same color half wall here. I don't know. I don't like that one. No, we need more. We need more half wall trims. No, I feel like I do have to use the. I think I have to use the fence. Okay. It's so weird that so I have this mini player and usually it stays open even when you click, but it's been disappearing and I don't know why. I think probably a door would be good, like here. And I could do it in a similar style to the one that I've done here. I've done diagonals. And then I could do a window too. I think the windows are 3 wide. 1, 2, 3, which would make it actually perfectly sized for this gap. Then I can get rid of this wall here. A brick. Then because it's inside this room, I kind of want to make it put down a black wallpaper so it's not distracting. I'll put that there. Then I guess I get rid of this flooring. Well, actually, I could put something there. I think I put the door and then a window. Sometimes it's got to be good enough. Honestly, it's looking good. Mansion is a perfect place for that fireplace since it's so big. Yeah, I think so too. I think it looks good. Sometimes it's got to be good enough. Yeah, definitely. Especially when you're working with like open. I don't know. The game is so weird. It has so many weird quirks. Oh my god, yes, so much so. I like adding. I think this adds more light down into this space. Do I like it there though? Maybe even just the door, and then I extend it in, or bring this in a little bit. That one being the reference to the half wall trim. Yeah. Oh yeah, we need more half wall trims. Yeah, for sure. We do. We need more. We need them in like all the wood tones and everything. Is this I can just raise this terrain up. And then I'm gonna use this terrain matching terrain paint. I feel like that's fine. Just a side door. And then I'm thinking the gym should probably go down here. There should be looking at this space again, and this would be good for a gym. The song. I also have this big open space here, and a gym doesn't necessarily need to have windows. I could just use strategically placed lights, put them around instead. I could also, no, I think I like this the way that it is. I was gonna say I could add this window into a space over here, so this was to give this room over here some light. But I don't, I kind of like the idea of this one room having a private patio. Also, I do need to remember I need to add more bedrooms because this is a really big house. And so I need to have some space to have multiple bedrooms. Instead of just like right now I have the primary, then I have one other one and potentially a third one. I guess there's 4 so far because there's also this one over here. Yeah, there's 4. But this one's a guest suite. This one doesn't make sense to be a normal bedroom. Picture this one being for people staying over, like parents or whatever. Okay, I like that. I think the gym could be up here. And then I could do a bedroom down here. I don't know. What else do I need to add? What else could I add into the mansion other than the spaces that I have? I need like, do I need like a hobby space and stuff? I feel like I need to put the gym. I could make a larger bathroom in one of these spaces that doesn't have any windows. I need like an office, maybe. But I could have a study space in here like they had in the picture. Or I could put it down here somewhere. I feel like I'm having a lot of trouble with this floor plan. I feel like usually I'm pretty good at getting them done pretty quickly, but this one is a puzzle for sure. I feel like I'm moving the camera around a lot too. Hmm. I don't know what this space is for. Also, how you would get from this door into this bedroom. Yeah, I don't know. I'll work on it later, I guess. Um, I could also. What if I open this up more? Do I want to do that? I could close it there and open it up there instead. Just because I feel like it makes a better flow with the elevator. Yeah, I feel like that's fine. Is this part of that wall? Yeah, there's this big brick wall that runs through the whole house, and I kind of want to continue that all the way down. So I need to remember that like I kind of want to isolate that wall to a degree. Yeah, I want to isolate that and have kind of some cutouts for doorways and stuff in this thick wall. So like this wouldn't, the brick wouldn't continue onto this wall here. It would stop. I feel like I could also continue that even a little bit. I don't know. I might have to stop it in a different way, and I don't know if I want to do that. So I could stop the wall here. Just like make this, I could put a bathroom there or something. I feel like that makes sense. I can sort of block this off. Small bathroom or closet. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Especially it's like right next to this. It could be a closet. I could just leave it as a closet because it's next to this door right here, and maybe you would want to have it as a little bit of a mudroom. I was I was looking at how much it costs to get all the packs, at least the big ones. There the big one there is a lot. Um, I like to have everything whenever playing games. Yeah, yeah, I'm a collector. I have I have all the packs other than the SpongeBob packs. That was the first time I was like, you know what? I I almost got them too, honestly, but what really made me decide finally not to was the quality of the items. It's actually like I was like, I don't, it's trash and I don't want it in my game. But yeah, this luckily like I've bought them slowly over time. So it doesn't like you spend $40 here and there over like I've been playing this since 2019. We had some of the packs before then, but I've been playing probably like almost every day since 2019. And so like you just spend the money slowly and like you spend $40 here and there, it's not as bad. But like, yeah, if you're a new player, um, it's quite an expense. Yeah, that makes sense. I only have the base game since it's free. Yeah. I wish it was all on Steam so there could be Steam sales. Yeah. It's annoying that it's on its own platform too. That of course EA, being EA, has to have their own app. Um, so then it's separate than everything else. I played The Sims 3 a lot, but never played Sims 4. Yeah, I played a lot of The Sims 3. And then I was kind of mad that I like The Sims 3 so much that I was mad when they stopped making it and made The Sims 4, which I think a lot of us were at the time. Um, so I didn't play The Sims 4 for a while. And so The Sims 4 came out in 2014. And I started playing it a lot in 2019. But before then, I mostly played Minecraft. And so I think by now, I've caught up and I've probably spent just as much, if not more, time in The Sims than I have in Minecraft, but they're probably pretty close in terms of hours. But that's a better spot for that door, for sure. That's way better. Do you think The Sims 4 is better than The Sims 3? That's a really difficult question. In ways, yes. The building, like it depends on what you're talking about, right? Like the Sims themselves, absolutely. The Sims are way better. Like making cast, like Sims and cast, create a Sim is way better. It's so much more. Building is way better than it's ever been in any of the other games. I love how the trades are done in 3 for sure. Yeah, yeah, me too. In terms of gameplay, you really can't beat like The Sims 3 and The Sims 2. Like those games in terms of gameplay, The Sims 4 has gotten better. Um, Hi Annex, I'm doing well. How are you? It's going well. It's going well. I was really nervous since this is my first stream, but I think it's going pretty well. It's going better than I expected. I didn't lag out. I thought I was gonna just like lag out and my stream would die immediately, but um, Hope you're liking it. Yeah, I'm liking it. I need to get used to it. Um, I want. I think it'll take a few more streams for me to get used to it. But you're doing great. Thanks. Thanks, Puma. Um, but yeah, in terms of gameplay, Sims 3 is it still competes. The Sims 4 has definitely gotten better, especially over the last few years. It was really bad for a long time. Well, thanks for the follow. I appreciate that. Um, did I just train paint outside this wall? I did. Um, but yeah. Um, but yeah, the old games definitely still compete quite a lot. Did you build this? Yes. Yep. I did build this. I built it based off of this picture. Yep. You can kind of see it from this angle. This was the inspiration pic. Oh, you can't see it behind my face. Here. Thanks. I appreciate that. I think it's turning out pretty well. It matches the picture. Yeah, I mentioned earlier that the my inspiration for these areas is that or these builds here was that I really hate these lots because I don't like that they're flat. I really wish that for this world, it would have made so much more sense for them to just let us build on a hill. Just give us a lot to start off with. It's on a hill, because it doesn't like this doesn't look like the Hollywood Hills. It's weird. It's weird to have such a gigantic buildup of dirt for no reason. So my goal was to try to make it look like it was a hill. And usually to do that, you'd have to build a hill. You build a hill on the lot and you put the house on top of it. And then you sort of slope it down in the back. But I thought maybe instead of building a hill, you sort of dig down and you pretend that the whole lot is like a wall. And you sort of sink it down a little bit. So that's what I've been experimenting with these houses, is sort of making them look like they are one or two stories from the front, sort of, with this being the main floor, and then from the back it's way more floors. That's well done. The effect works. Thanks. I'm very happy with the way that it works, especially the tiered effect. I think that I think it passes. Doing what you can, I guess. That's another thing that where the Sims 3 is better, because you could build on hills, and you could literally just place your own lots wherever you wanted. Or you can't. You're kind of stuck with what you get in this game. But yeah, I built this. This is a kind of an old build, not old, but I've been working on a lot of other projects, and I've been putting this one on the back burner. And I finally have gotten the interest back and trying to complete it. And I'm struggling with floor plans right now. That's what I'm currently doing. I love Create a World feature on Sims 3. Me too. I didn't get super into it. I tried. I didn't get super far. with it. But I loved messing around with it. Yeah, Sims 3 is really great. Sims 2 is really the attention to detail in the Sims 2 is really fun. And that's definitely where the Sims 4 lacked for a really long time, was the attention to detail. Like in the Sims 2, they would actually when you cook, they would get pots and pans out of the cupboards and they would put them on the counter and they would start cooking with them instead of just making them appear out of thin air. So that's where the Sims 2 has the Sims 3 and the Sims 4 built are beat. I built massive worlds, but the gameplay was not exciting. The open world was great in general, but when you visited a bar or something, it's always empty. Yeah. Yeah, that's a problem. I think that they could have done it better, and now I would have hoped. It's unfortunately that we'll never know. But yeah, I do miss it a lot. For a while, I was like, was it really that great? And you know, I think a lot of us would say that like, you know what, it was cool in theory, but in practice, it was laggy, and um, the lots were empty. But this game is so disjointed, and it feels like it really annoys me that everything is fake. Like in The Sims 3, it was really cool to know that like you could, like if you saw a house in the distance, you could just go to it. Like you could just take your camera right over there. Like these houses, like they would all be real in The Sims 3. Whereas in this game, you get 3 houses here, and everything else is just like a set piece. It's like a stage. It's like it's not even real. It's pretty, but there's part of it that feels not real, and you can't change anything. If in The Sims 3 you could edit all of this, but in The Sims 4 you can't even change the name of the world. It's you have what you get. Yeah, I always cheated Sims to visit the lots. I was at a hot spot with like 2 people where 2 people there used to really annoy me. Yeah. Yep. Yeah, that's true. They need more houses in the town center or something less widespread. Yeah, that was another thing when The Sims 4 first came out that was really frustrating. Was that like um the worlds were so much smaller, just like even in general. Windenburg is the only one that compares to the size of the average Sims 3 world. And that always blew my mind that like I never understand. I still don't understand that, why we have the world so much smaller than they were before. What happened? Maybe we will never know, I guess. That's good. I like that door there. A little bit of a shortcut, I guess. Um, yeah. Okay. What am I doing? Where am I going? I kind of like the how dark it is in here in this room. It's kind of peaceful. Maybe this would be a good area to have like a library or something, or a study. I could also, because this is a basement, I could add thicker walls and save myself from having to decorate as big of a room. Like I've been doing. I kind of like that. I don't. A lot of my builds I always do that where I add these sort of like black boxes in the basement areas, but um, especially when they're not in the basement, like for structural areas, I usually like to think about that kind of stuff and include some sort of structure, because when you have, it definitely helps with floor plans. I can tell you that like if you think about how a building is actually going to need to stand and where you'd need to place columns, those that gives you something to work around rather than just having some big open wide space that you don't know what to do with. So if you're ever struggling, maybe you can stop to think about that. Like think about how the building is actually going to stand up and start adding some support. Did I change the floor? I didn't change the floor in this section. Well, I did. I did up here. Maybe I could change it here. I don't know. So I have this, so part of this house has this big, like the idea is that this is like a brick wall, like a gigantic thick wall. that extends through the house, and I don't want it to just be on the outside. I want it to feel like I want it to feel like this is like you can see where the brick wall is even when you're in the house. And you can tell that like when you're in a hallway that's in the brick wall, you should be able to tell because the walls feel thicker. And I think you can also achieve that effect by making the floor different in that area too. So I have it wood up here, but I could on the base do it as brick, or maybe not brick because I don't want it to be too much brick. I could do concrete or something. This build is impressive. I hope you build more often on Twitch. Aw, thanks. I appreciate that. It's very reassuring to hear you say that, and I'm glad you like it. I intend on doing it some more. I'm kind of tired. Like it's more exhausting, I think, than I expected it to be. But I'm also, maybe it's because it's my first stream, so maybe I feel like maybe a little bit more pressure or something. I kind of like the Batu tiles. Yeah, I feel like I've gotten to, I wanted to start streaming because I feel like I've gotten to the point where I'm done playing this game by myself and just for myself, and that I want to share the parts that I like about this game with other people. I think Sims building and streaming is more difficult than streaming a story-based game because you have to be creative and entertain. Yeah, that makes sense. I can see that. That would make sense to me. I kind of like that one too. It adds the brown from the bricks, and I kind of like it being wood up here because this is like a little bit of like this is a step up. And this being the entry and it being stone makes sense to me. And again, I could add a door back here. I could put an arch here if I wanted to maybe further the idea that it's a separate space. This is a medium height wall, isn't it? It is. If this could come in a reasonable color, I guess that's fine. And I could put brick here, and it separates the entry from the rest of the house a little bit. And it doesn't match the warm wood tone, but it's fine. I don't think that we have one that does. And it's close enough. Yeah. I could also raise this up a little bit. Maybe. No, maybe I'll leave it down. Yeah. I think this would probably be wood. This is going to be a bathroom. I think. I don't know what's going to be in here. Maybe this is I think this could be like a little bit of like a guest suite. So with that being said, maybe I should put like a kitchenette in there. I need to be careful with the number of kitchenettes that I use because apparently you can only have a certain number of refrigerators in this game now. So I can only have 2. And if I want to do one in the gym, one in the regular kitchen, and one in here, that's 3. So I think story-based games are actually the hardest thing to stream from personal experience. I mean, you basically come on this right, are you? That's my experience. Because it's harder for the streamer to give enough attention to both the chat and the game. Yeah, that makes sense to me. While a game like The Sims, you can juggle it well. Yeah. I think that makes sense, especially like in terms of like maintaining a chat and trying to pay attention to things. I think streaming with other people makes it really difficult to pay attention to a chat too, from what I've seen. Seems like usually when people are playing with a friend or a group of friends, it makes it way more difficult to keep up with the people in your chat. Because then you have to maintain like maybe like muting and stuff too. Then you have to like mute your Discord when you're talking to your chat and have to remember to unmute. So many people, the number of times I've seen people forget to unmute, like professional people who've been doing it for years, still forget to unmute all the time when they're talking with other people in their chat. Other people and also trying to talk to their chat. So that seems really difficult to me. Yep. I don't like that this is so much higher than this entry, but there's not really anything else I can do about it. So I think I could put like a little bit of a kitchenette in here, a little eating space, and then and then like living and a bedroom in here. And this could be for like grandma and grandpa when they stay over. And then I could use, this is so gigantic that I could have an excuse to add a wall here and do that as a closet, just so it's smaller in here. And then wood here. And I feel maybe I like that. And maybe I make this smaller, do the kitchen up here, and then you can have the sitting space down here. That could be kind of cool. And there's a little bit of light out of this window. Oh, hi, Ellie. Yes, you're very cute. Hi. Yes. My dog wants my attention. But I'm busy. Yeah. And then I want to do I have any other ones around here? Platform trims? Do I want to listen to this song? Sure. Sure, Calvin Harris. Sure. You can stay. Yeah, I feel like that's kind of nice. I changed my mind. Sorry, Calvin Harris. I'm skipping you. Yeah. Okay, it's looking good. It's starting to go better. I still haven't figured out. I do want to do a gym somewhere. And that looks really nice. It's looking really nice for a gym. I wanted it to be a bedroom. But where do I put? There's one bedroom. This could be a bedroom. That could be a bedroom. Yeah. I could also like, if this is a bedroom, then I make this a little bit of a hallway nook and you put a door in here. Not this door because it's not the one I've used everywhere else. Put one there. Maybe I do downgrade that door to the small one. The primary suite can have the big one maybe. So bedroom here, bedroom here. This one has an ensuite. So this one needs access to a bathroom. So I need to put one in one of these spaces, and it can just be a small one. I could also make this smaller. I could also do. Oh, hi, Ellie. Yes. Hi. This could just be a big hallway. So there's two bedrooms here. There's a guest bedroom here. There's a bedroom up here. So that's only 3 bedrooms. What did I just click? I was gonna say maybe I could put a closet here or an office here. But then that gets rid of all the light down here, and I don't like that. So I think I'm gonna leave it open. I feel like I could put a row of bookshelves there. I feel like I want this to be rounded. That'd be kind of cool. But also round walls. Ew. Round walls? Ew? Yes, round walls. Ew. That was a correct response. Because it didn't work. Why didn't that work? That's rude. Why? You know? What if I put this? What if I put walls? Okay, invalid rounded room. Let's put this here. Please game, please. What's happening? There's a ceiling there. There's a ceiling there. Okay, game is being very rude. I said I wanted a round wall. I see it was a mistake. Maybe it wasn't. Maybe it probably was, but let's just see. Maybe it wasn't. There, it wasn't. See? Perfect. First try. I got it to work. For now. Do I even like it? And also, is it really gonna? No, it's fine. I think I want it to be open in this room, but if I do it right now, it'll probably disappear. It might disappear when I like put wallpaper and stuff. Is that what they do? How do they react to this? No, it's fine. If I continue to build walls, I feel like it'll disappear. Yeah. So as long as I'm done building walls, it should be fine. But am I done building walls? That's the question. Should I leave it isolated just until I'm ready? Probably. But I kind of like that. It's another it's another big sitting area. But it's kind of peaceful down there. I do need to do a bathroom for this gym if I'm going to do it down there. I could also something else I like to do is have a spot for storage, like things that I would normally put in my household inventory. I like to have, I guess I could put it in here, but I like to have spaces to actually put those around rather than keeping them in my household inventory. As if you would like have a storage, like a storage room. It just makes more sense to me than like virtually storing them somewhere. So I could use that. Yeah, I use a garage for that stuff. Yeah. Yeah, which I have a lot of space for that kind of stuff too. In the garages. There's 2 garages. There's a garage up here. And there's this is like a workshop area and a storage area for like this, because there's like another drive-in area if you drive down this slope. And so it makes sense to have I picture you'd put a boat down here. But do you also play in the buildings or do you just build? I do both. This build is going to be for my save file. I do have like a long-term save file that I'm building over the last few years. And so that's what this build is for. And I don't think I'll play in this one. However, I actually have, and I need to actually show the original one. I have built this I've built based off of this picture before. And I did play in that version in my legacy. I had my legacy there. He was a celebrity and he lived in this house. I did it in a different style though. I did it more in this white sort of pristine modern style. And so it didn't really match the style of this picture. And so when I went to, and it was also built up on a hill, kind of. So it wasn't dug down. It was just like on level ground. So it looked way more castle-y. Like just, it looked, because it was just crazy from the front. It was huge. And it just wasn't really the way I wanted it to look. I wanted it to be more normal house looking, like this. Like not normal, like okay, this doesn't look normal, but like it didn't look real, I guess. So I wanted to try redoing it. I still like that build, but I'm liking the way that this is looking way better. It's looking more like a real thing. Yeah, sometimes I play in them. Yeah. See, I feel like this would be a good spot for an office, even if it wasn't. I could add a wall. What if I like added a bit of wall? I don't want to get rid of all the light though. But I could add artificial light. And it would be fine. I could add a window in here. Probably could. Another window kind of like this one. Maybe I do that. I could probably make that work. So then I could have a wall here and then have an excuse to make it a little bit smaller. Why did that still get rid of my rounded room? That's rude. Why? Oh, well, I need to do this. This game, it's all about avoiding the glitches. All right. See you, Annex. Okay, let's see. Is this a 3 wide window or is it 4 wide? It's 3 wide, so that would be fine for me to do right here. And then I can get rid of, actually I want to kind of just, do I want to scooch that in? I do. I want to scooch that in there. And that right there. Then I want to get rid of this wall here. And then I want to actually, no, I don't want to do it that way. All right, see you, Puma. I'm gonna lower this down to this lower level here, I think, for us for now. Yeah, is that the right height? Yeah, seems good. Then I need to put the window down first so I can see what height it's at and everything. And then raise this up by 2, maybe 3. Looks like 3. And then I can replace this with a half wall. There. And then I want to do the same styling that I done up here. I can't put the plants there. That's the right wall trim, it looks like, too. At least for that, but I think I want this to actually be brick. No, I do. I do want it to be brick, so I need to do the same style as I've done down here. Then do that, and then I kind of want to do wood. I need to do wood behind this. she just? No, she didn't. Yeah. And then I think I'll do the tile. Or maybe I do this one. I think that's good. I think, and you can't really even see it. I need to put a, I want to add the same wall trim here. So in order to do that, I need to add a room here temporarily so I can add this wall here. And I need to do it, I guess, over on the side too. I didn't think I had to, but that makes sense. And then put that there. There, now I can get rid of those temporary rooms. There. I think that looks good. I need to read. I thought I already did that, but I must have undid it. There, and you can't really even see that, but I think that that will make a difference on the inside. I could make that an office like I wanted to originally. This will be, I was intending on making this open, so I can check to see what it looks like and then put it back so my rounded room doesn't disappear. Yeah, I feel like that helps. It just makes the space feel more livable. So with a sneaky little window there. Could do a glass wall here. I could also do that as a bedroom because I wanted another bedroom. I think 1, 2, 3 main bedrooms. This one doesn't really count because it's like a whole separate little like mini apartment area for like family. So it's not really part of the house. So I feel like maybe having 4 bedrooms in a house this big would be good. I feel like that could be a cozy bedroom. You could put the bed right under that window. And it's kind of big. I could even, is that still going to get rid of that? Rounded room. I could do that as the bathroom, the ensuite. But there's a bathroom right here, but that'll be a half bath. Holy bathrooms. That would be a half bath for like this living area down here. I don't really need another hallway though. I could make this bigger. Add like a little spot because I wanted to have like a little bit of a sitting area for like and like an office. Yeah, maybe here. Maybe I add a little bit of a nook here to extend this more into less of a hallway, more of a room right over here. And I say little. I keep saying little, I think. As if this is little. This is a gigantic room. But it's also a mansion, so everything is gigantic, even the little spaces. And then I could do I could maybe make this not an ensuite and make this a bigger bathroom since with a shower and everything, and use it for the gym too. Maybe I could make this bedroom like a tiny bit bigger too. I am going to keep these black boxes just because I feel like it just makes it feel more like a basement. I don't know, it makes it feel structurally sound. I wish we had wall thickness in this game. That's really what I want. I want to be able to have different wall thicknesses. Because I feel like that's what I'm trying to simulate by doing that. I could do that maybe. And then do a little bit of a nook here for these doors. Just so it feels a little bit better. Yeah, so we have a little bit of a hallway here. This hallway isn't too long, and then we have a bigger space here that opens up into probably like a sitting area. And maybe I could put another, I have a computer in the sitting area up here. Camera spinning around like crazy. But I could probably do another space kind of like this. But maybe with maybe some built-in bookshelves. And yeah, maybe a little bit more focused on like, oh, hi Annex. Focused a little bit more on like studying, reading. Maybe you could do homework and stuff down here. Or some home working in this little space. And then a gym here. This is such a big gym though. Maybe I don't even need it this big and I could split it and do what I wanted to before, which was do both I wanted to do a bedroom down here. Because I feel like it's so peaceful down there. It would be nice for a bedroom. Hi Puma. You're ordering out. What are you getting? I think I'm going to have a sandwich. I think that's what my mom ordered. That was the grocery order I had to go get from our front door. I feel like I like doing little nooks for doors. So if this is going to be like some sort of bedroom space at all, I would do that. If you want, I have a bench press build for a gym. It's obviously just decor, but for bigger gyms, it's great. So it doesn't look so empty. Or maybe a locker room, shower in that part too. That's, yeah, I was thinking a locker room could be good. It would save some space. I could definitely add some locker room. I think bench press would be really cool. I think I'm good for now, but if I change my mind, I will let you know. But yeah, that is definitely something we need in the game is more workout equipment. They should almost, wouldn't it be cool if they had like a whole, like a fitness stuff pack that could come with fitness equipment instead of like living room furniture and a single climbing wall. Not sure yet. Something I shouldn't be eating, I'm sure. Something you should be eating. Something you should be eating. I could. Something else I could do is if I did do like a locker room, there's just, excuse me, a giant window here, but I could cover it up kind of with what I'm thinking is where is it? There's a couple things I could use. I was thinking, I don't even know if it's in this category. I was thinking either the Snowy Escape thing. Snowy Escape. The Snowy Escape. I could cover this window in these because they also come in like a warm wood tone. it kind of matches. I could also size it up if I wanted, but I could cover this window up and make it more of like a privacy screen. Um, and like, and there's a bunch of different things you could use for this. I think that there's like wall decorations. There's also miscellaneous from City Living. There's some from Get Famous. I could use these instead. I could use both. It's kind of interesting. I kind of like them both together. I didn't even think about doing that, but and it still adds in the light, but there's privacy, and so you could actually have like a nice, peaceful bathroom, locker room. I don't know. I kind of like both, but it's also kind of weird. Is it weird? Maybe it's not. I could also, what if I sized down the medium ones so they're closer together? Could do that. Maybe. Oh, yeah. That seems to work. And you can just like pretend that you can't see through them. That's fine. I feel like that's fine. Could also make them even closer together by sizing this down, probably with tool. But I feel like that's fine. And then what would you put there? Would you put the... Could put like a steam room there? Where's the steam room? Plumbing? Is there like a miscellaneous? It's probably in activities. Oh, it actually comes in the warm wood swatch? Wow. That's kind of fun. There's also there's a glass door that I like from, is that Businesses and Hobbies? I feel like I could do that. Would the steam room just be from the main exercising space? I feel like it wouldn't normally, but I kind of like that orientation. But I could also... Oof, the game just lagged really bad right there. Do that. Seems fine. Until I make it a separate room, then it'll probably glitch out lighting wise. This does have a fogged window, so I could add it right from the main workout space. I kind of like that. Then I can do the wood walls that I've been using from Island Living in there. I probably would do that in a lot of these spaces. Oh, I haven't saved my game in a long time. I could also, I could raise up a platform too. That's what I'll do, I think. Then I can just put some plants and stuff there. That'll look good. Oh, it was up here. That's where I put that. That's what I was looking for. Yeah, then I can put like I'm thinking those pebbles, these ones from Get Together. Excuse me, Get Together. You could put a fountain up there too. Do I have any stone that I would want to use in here? Not really, because I don't want to use brick. What about this tile? That's kind of nice. Then I could put, I feel like I'd actually have to look at the fountain objects in game to see which ones I would like to use. Well, or I could use wall fountain rather than, I was thinking a fountain to just like spurt it up, because then I'd have to actually see which water emitter isn't gonna like go through the ceiling. But I could just use this one from like City Living on the wall. I'm heading to bed now. Really nice meeting you and your chat. Hope you enjoy chatting. Excited to see what else you come up with building. I love Sims build streams, especially when they're this good. Very inspiring. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. I hope you sleep well. And I really appreciate you stopping by. It's very nice. Very kind. I was afraid that I was just going to be here like by myself, talking to the void, but having actual people, say things and knowing that there are people here is very nice and very reassuring. So I do appreciate you being here. Pool grate. Put it here. Actually, scooch it up. Actually, I mean, these are rocks, so I don't necessarily need. There might be like a grate under the rocks. But I feel like I like the way that the grate looks, even though it doesn't really make sense. Thank you all for the follows, by the way. I appreciate the follows. Yeah, that's kind of good. And then, yeah. Put this in this nook here. Put this here. Put a couple Taco Bell again. Nice. Nice. Good choice. Good choice. Put that there. Do I have any work other? Oh, I could put a bar in here too. I forgot the smoothie bar. I could make like a little. What's fun about being like underground is that you can kind of just put the bump outs wherever you want. You're doing fine. Wouldn't notice that this is your first stream. Really? Ah, it's very nice of you to say. I'm glad that it's not super obvious and that I'm not super awkward, or maybe I am, but it's fine. Let's see. I'm looking for the island living ones. I feel like island living is coming in handy because it's got that warm, kind of odd wood tone that's kind of difficult to use. I want to use the ones that have the sloped edges too, because those ones are cool. Yes. Put this here. Put this here. I can kind of just put it anywhere. Because it's underground. What else would you put? Well, mini fridge. No awkwardness that you could see. Are we watching the same stream? I'm just kidding. Thank you. I think I tend to maybe, I don't know, feel more awkward than I am. I feel like a lot of people have said that. I'm like, and I always have the response of like, really? I feel like I'm so awkward all the time. People are like, well, you're not awkward. I'm like, I think they're just lying to be nice to me, which is fine. You can lie to me to be nice to me, I guess. Sometimes. This is too calm. These are, I could use these. This is kind of ugly. This thing is ugly. Like, what are these boxes? What are these? Why are they there? What are they? Legos, Tetrises, Tetraminos. No, I would agree with them. You know, someone truly awkward, truly awkward. Me. You're not awkward. See, I think that we all think we're, are we, do we, is that the secret? Do we all think that we're awkward? Probably. Oh, yes. They look like Legos. They do. Like, what is it? And it's kind of like ruining it for me. Like, I'd have to actually cover it up. This is also like really dark. I'm so bad apparently about building in the dark. I kind of like this one, but I want both. I'm trying to get them to also like stack in a way, like because I've stacked them. They're weirdly shaped, and this counter set doesn't come with upper cabinets. So I'm trying to stack them on top of each other to get them to fit in here. That kind of fits. That kind of makes it a rectangle, and I could size. I also can't see. I could like put down some lights maybe so I could see. Ew, and I chose the wrong color. This is blue. I don't want it to be blue. I feel like I could stack these so it's actually a rectangle. I feel like I would rather have them be rectangular. But I want them to be like, I want them to take up the whole space. Do we have any upper cabinets that match in that I could use instead? Um, the ones, those ones aren't as like modern. I need them to be modern. I could do black ones. Maybe the black ones are good. Maybe I do black. Yeah, I feel like that's good. And then I can put some lights underneath it. I don't really want like, I don't really like overhead lights. If I usually put lights, I usually put them like in the corners of the room so they don't like, maybe not even, those might be still too bright. I don't like overhead lights. It's just, there's always too much. Those are kind of better. That looks kind of green. Yeah, I think it looks good. I need to add more stuff. Could actually put like a bar as well. Like I could add a little bar into that space or something next to it. Nah, that's too much. I don't need it to be that much. I think that It's working though. What'd you put? Let's see. I hate these appliances. Why are they so stupid looking? Why do they have to be like centered? I could just do this and then add a bunch of clutter around and just do that. So it's not just so. Oh, and I also need a sink. That looks good. Well, it's looking good. It's dark. My dog is back. She wants me to play with her. She always wants me to play with her, which I don't blame her for, but it's the truth. So bedroom. I still don't know what I'm doing with these spaces here because they don't have any windows. That's my problem here. I could add a window to this one here, but I don't want to add a window to the front because it'll look weird, I think. I want this to be a patio just for this one bedroom. I like insist on that. It doesn't, because I feel like what I want to do is this, like where I I turn this into one room. Because then I get a window in here, which is what I want. And then I can use this whole room. But I feel like that ruins the privacy because then somebody who's in here and like maybe wants to, like, you could do yoga or something out here, but like that ruins the privacy because then somebody can watch you from this room. So it like needs to be one room, I think. Even though I want this room to have windows, I could do the thing that I did in these other spaces. Like I could maybe even copy this and use it as to start. Probably not, but oh, that works. That actually worked, kind of. Oh, ew, no, that's so ugly from there. No, I can't do that. I hate that. Nope. Nope. Just can't have windows. Could do offices or something. This is such a gigantic space. It's so big, I don't even know what to do with it. That's what he said. Um, it could have like what if I put a bar over here? I could make like I didn't think about doing that. Like I could do a lounge. It's such a big house that like I could literally put a lounge in here. This area could be the lounge up here. It's quite the entertaining space. I don't know what to put back there, but I'm tempted to just like block it off. But those are bedrooms. You can't have the lounge next to the bedrooms. That's weird. It would make more sense down here. I also don't want this to be a door into here, or just like a simple door. I wanted it to be glass. And then I could do this glass one. This glass one, maybe? Will it match? No. But maybe it does kind of match if I use this wallpaper. because I've kind of done that in other places. And if I try actually putting lights in here, will that help it? It's kind of bright. Maybe it's fine. I think that looks good. I don't like the door. I have other doors, don't I, that I could use? What is this window from? Oh, yeah. I don't know. Maybe I just suffer with it like I've done in the past. I could use this door that matches the set, but then I would have to change the size of the room a little bit, which is fine. No, it's not. I don't want it to do that. This door does not match at all from that side. Do we have a matching set of windows? I mean, I could try this. Try a matching set of windows if we have them. Oh, we do. Okay, see, look. It still doesn't match. It matches better. It's okay, it matches enough. It matches way better. That's fine. That looks good. I wonder if I wanted to put like a wall of bookshelves there. Yeah, I don't know what to do with the space. It's so gigantic. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. I'm stumped. This build has been really difficult. I feel like I should put windows down here. The garage, in this like sort of garage area. Just a couple. I feel like that's all I need is just a couple windows. I don't need a whole lot down there, just enough to add some light into there. Because you can't really see them anyway, so. I should actually probably put some doors. Like bigger doors. Because if this is like a storage space, maybe you would put like, I don't know, lawnmowers, like equipment in there. This is a short wall height, so I can't use this door, which is the one it doesn't even come in the right swatch anyway. Because of course it doesn't. Maybe this one. That one's so small. So small. What about this one? This one works. I think I can do this one instead. Wait. No, I can't use that one. It's too tall. I'll just do this one. Yeah. Well, there's no light, but I feel like that's fine. It's a common garage door choice for me. This one from yeah, this one's like the garage door for me. I could also do the glass ones. Or the glass sliding doors, but nah, I think these are good. I could actually, now that I put these on there, I feel like it's kind of fun to have, not that I need more space, but I like the fact that this house has two garages. Like an upper garage and a lower garage. I think that's fun. Let me make sure that a car fits in here for when we get cars. Yeah, when. That fits a car. Yeah. And I think this one's up here. Up here is this similar size? Yes. Dang, my dogs. Constantly barking. Um, yeah. It's like I'm like waiting for it to get smaller. As if the house is just gonna get like smaller on its own. I could put that up here. It's kind of fun. Yeah, that looks good. I just don't want like there's bedrooms up here, so I don't really want to do like a lounge or something because I feel like yes. Um, if I put a lounge up here, the bedrooms are like right there. I feel like that would be weird and annoying. And it's also again, this is a big open space. I feel like you would want something like that in an enclosed spot. So they're not. So if there's people and they're being loud, I know this is The Sims, but it doesn't seem realistic for me to put a lounge there, like or a bar. Yeah. Oh wait, I could put an office here. I don't know why I didn't think about doing it this way, where you could. Well, yeah, like you could put an office here, right? And it doesn't have any windows to the outside, but you could put windows. You could make a whole wall of windows, like and then like that also works. Then I could have this bedroom needs a bathroom, so I could have the bathroom here. How big is this room? This bathroom is so gigantic. Um, I don't really like that as much. There's not really a whole lot else I can do. I feel like. Well, actually, no, there is. There is. There is. There is. Make this room bigger. Then I can add my door. Put that there. Is that good? It's very like this gives me office complex, obviously, because it's what they look like. But this is also not a regular house. I feel like it does look good. I think with the right furniture around too, I could make it look more residential. I still have this giant space back here I don't know what to do with. What else am I missing in like the activities section? I could find a room for anything. There's all kinds of weird stuff, but like I don't want to do like a craft. I don't know if I really want to do like a craft room or anything. Um, it's a very large room too, and it has no windows. I think that's my main problem too. Is it doesn't have any windows. I feel like there's not really a good place for them. Whoa. Do I want to scooch this in more? I could, maybe. What if I like? Is there a reason like? What is this? It's on a different block level. Could I, if I got rid of this wall here, if I scooched it in, could I bring that wall down? Probably not, because it would go underneath this building. And it can't do that. Oh, I can bring it in a little bit further, though. I don't know. Because I feel like I could bring this in to get rid of some space in this house. And also I think it would look a little bit better from the outside to have this. I like this being like, I like this just being a box that's kind of floating. But I need to cover this up somehow or change this. But I think I could probably just cover up that gap somehow. I kind of like the way it was floating though. Having difficulties. Maybe it was good the way that it was. There's something weird about it though. I don't know what it is. Maybe I'm overthinking it. I'm probably overthinking it. What is? No, that does need to be there for the way that it is. You can't really see it, but oh, and there's actually a screwed it up there too. I need to put this here, and here, make a little box here temporarily, and add this trim on here, even though you can't even see it because there's a tree in front of it. Overthinking is easy to do when building, I think. Yeah. Yep. Especially when you have something kind of complicated. Maybe. Especially when you have something old too that you've where it's been like a while since you've worked on it, you start questioning all of your previous actions. That doesn't make like any difference. Maybe it does. Maybe I'm just, it might actually make a difference. I think it does. You just can't really, no, I think it does make a difference. Let me extend this terrain out. Maybe it'll make a difference. It'll help. Yes, I think that does. And maybe I get rid of this. Maybe the wall sort of like ends in these trees. Yeah, I feel like that's fine. I need to add a wall. Half wall? Can I add a half wall here? Oh, no, I don't want a full wall. Half wall. You're too tall. There. And then erase this terrain just so I can sort of see how it feels. I still need to add like grass and stuff underneath there. And now that's at the point where it's small enough where I can feel okay just voiding it out and making it a structural wall as an excuse to not have to furnish it. Okay. I feel like that solves part of my problem. There's still a very large space here. And maybe I could just like have that as storage room. I could. That's kind of nice. I feel like it looks, well, the shape is good. Then I can put just a door on it. It could be like some sort of craft room, I guess, or something. Keep saying little as if this isn't kind of a big room. Yeah. Well, I think that that's pretty good. I feel like I got a lot of work done on this. But I feel like that's a pretty good layout. And it also, what's kind of fun about it too is that it is really large, but you could expand it a lot. Like there's a lot of room for expanding down because you have this whole floor down here could be expanded basically like all the way up to this point here. So if potentially someone was playing in this build and had other activities, weird activities or whatever that their sim was doing, they could always add more rooms. Or if they did want a lounge or like, yeah, like a bar and a lounge area, you could add a whole lounge down there. But yeah, anyway, I think I am done for now. I need to go eat food and stuff. So I think I am going to try to go on a raid. Maybe if I can figure out how to do that. Um, maybe I think I will go. I've literally never done this. Let's see. Um, all right, so yeah, I think I'll go and raid Vibes. Vibes is playing Slime Rancher 2. Thank you everyone for stopping by my stream. It was really fun. Had a lot of had a lot of fun. And I was less stressed than I thought that I would be. So I appreciate all of you for being here. It made it a really fun stream. And it's exciting first raid. Yeah, I'll see you hopefully there next time, and hopefully there will be a next time. So bye.